Last year, I decided to start running like a lot of people out there due to the running trend that just appeared out of nowhere. I was a terrible runner and I honestly couldn't go 2 kilometers without crying and thinking that it was the end for me. For some reason, my husband and I decided to sign up for a half For some unknown reason, my husband and I decided to sign up for a half marathon, which we did finish. Except I only ran 18 kilometers non-stop. But my goal was to run the whole thing continuously, even if I was running at the speed of a tortoise. But unfortunately, I didn't achieve that goal. Since then, my husband and I have been caught up in this beautiful thing called life. So about 90% of my fitness that I had gained, I had lost. And on top of that, I've gained about 2.5 kilos or 5 pounds, depending on where you're watching from. Now, I'm no professional athlete and I wouldn't even consider myself a half decent runner. But I decided to document this whole journey to prove that an average working gal like me can achieve any goal that she sets out for herself. Hey everyone, if you're new here, I'm Lani and I'm starting my Couch to 5 kilometer journey again. This week I've already finished week 1 of the 8-week Couch to 5K program. So this was just a program that we got off a YouTube video that we have watched. I'm gonna go ahead and say I get it. Sometimes life doesn't let you run on those set days that you've got scheduled, because I'm telling you now, for this week 1 of the program, that did not happen. Although it should be okay, because one of our good friends who has been a competitive long distance runner pretty much his whole life said it's fine as long as we're getting the kilometers in that we need to. And of course, having sufficient rest days in between. But I know sometimes you just have rough days at work, or you have friends and family that come over, or you even go on a holiday. And for my girlies out there, you know what I mean. And you just want to lay in bed and eat muffins. It's extremely hard during that time of month to even do anything. So my husband and I haven't quite figured out yet how we're going to film this series. We're just going to take it week by week, wing it, and see how we go. But yes, this is my week 1 of the Couch to 5 kilometer program. Alright, welcome back guys. Today is the official first day of me restarting my Couch to 5K program. Yeah, I'm going to be realistic with you guys. Over the past few months, we've attempted runs. I keep saying, I'm going to get back into it, I'm going to get it back into it, and I just never do. And I'm sort of sick of it. I really want to get back on my running train. Like, I got up to doing really good distances, so I think restarting it and filming it a lot more this time. Like, I'm going to properly document it week by week, day by day, instead of just doing an overall sort of video. I've already got a sweat moustache. So we're taking Creed on this run. We took her at the start of the program and she really likes the interval run, so she's with us today. We've already started the program, which the bell's gonna ding soon for us to start running. It starts and ends with a 5-minute walk. So we're on our 5-minute walk now currently. And then we're going to the intervals, which is 1.5 minutes running or jogging. So it's a slow jog where you can keep a reasonable conversation, which that probably won't happen anyway, because even at a very slow pace I'm going to be suffering. And then it goes into a 1-minute walk. But yeah, we'll chuck it up on the screen. It's kind of, what time is it? It's 8:15, so it's probably the coolest part of the day. But right now it's the build up in the NT. It's very hot, it's very humid. We even had a heat wave recently, so pray for us. No, I'm just kidding, but yeah, let's get into it and let's actually stick with this time. I'm filming it now, so I gotta hold myself accountable. It's pretty funny because I always feel like I'm running at a half decent speed, but then watching it back when Michael films me, it looks like I'm running so slow that I'm almost going backwards. Now, we obviously didn't film every single interval throughout the whole run because it's quite hard, and obviously Michael's running with me, trying not to trip or anything, so at times when we could get a shot we would, but this isn't every single interval for the whole entire run. And also that would be a lot of footage to watch, which I'm sure would bore you. Okay, so that was the second interval. Easy peasy. Nah, I'm just kidding, but compared to like runs we've done in the past, this is good. I like interval running because like you can push yourself a bit faster at a bit of a faster pace, and then you have time to like regain your breath basically. But yeah, Creed's loving it. It dings when it's time to run, and she knows. She's just like, oh. But yeah. He was the lead.
Oh.
That was 3. It actually goes so quick, I reckon. I remember when we first...
You're still out of breath.
Yeah, don't even listen to my advice, actually. I'm just trying to be big. I'm just acting like I'm fit, but like an actual runner, fit person would not be out of breath. But I'm not hyperventilating, which I guess is good. It's a bonus. You see my sweat moustache? Please tell me that there are other people out there in the same boat as me and trying to get back into it. Because I know people who will go and have a run like after having a year or so off and just even do a better run or better distance than me. Like Michael is way fitter than me. We've had the same amount of time off and he will still smoke me in any distance, any pace. So I don't know. I'm probably exaggerating a tad, but you know what I mean. I want to hear all your stories, whether you're an experienced runner, a beginner runner, or someone who was running and is getting back into it. Definitely drop your stories below because I want to feel like I'm not alone in restarting my running journey. Maximum sweat now. We've upped at a level. I actually wonder what it's like to, like, is there anyone out there watching who is in a climate where like you run and you won't sweat at all? Curious.
I think our viewers in America, it's pretty cold over there, I think. Could be wrong.
They have 4 seasons. But anyone watching from anywhere else in the world, where we live, it only has 2 seasons. Dry season, which is the cooler time, which it doesn't even really get that cool. And then wet season where it runs and it, when it rains and it's super humid, which is what it's building up to right now. Maybe we'll actually put the degrees and humidity up as well.
In Fahrenheit.
When we film these. Oh yeah. Because you guys go by Fahrenheit. Y'all American peeps.
Is that offensive?
I'm sorry. I don't know if that's offensive. I mean, people always try and do Australian actions and they're like...
Actions?
I can't even talk. I didn't finish my coffee
Your face is so red.
Yeah, I didn't finish my coffee before we came. I only drank half of it, so that's probably why I sound like my brain's not braining. Anyway, it's about to ding again for us to run. The first day back, so day 1 of week 1, was good because I feel like the interval training was good for my level. It was challenging, but not challenging to the point where it would throw me off the program entirely and just kill my confidence and make me not want to do it. So I'm just going to get up my Strava or my Apple Watch, and which I'll obviously put up on the screen as well, and I'll talk through some of the details from that run. So for week 1, the whole week, days 1 to 3, the intervals are a 5-minute warm-up walk, and then you do a 1-minute jog, and then a 1.5-minute walk, and you do that 8 times, and then you end it on a 5-minute walk. All right, so we've just finished our last run. So that whistle, who's about to go again, that whistle means that it's now the 5-minute walk down. So yeah, that's all the running for week 1, day 1 done. Now we're just going to do our 5-minute warm down walk. And yeah, I'm also going to show you what I eat for today, or the days that I run, I think. Or just in general over the week, share some food that I eat. I'm not counting calories. Michael and I have tried that before. I'd rather actually do anything else but eat, like, count calories. It's just not for us, not for me. I think the best approach for me is trying to eat balanced, trying to eat as healthy as possible. Obviously, I'm gonna have a sweet treat here and there because I'm not a robot. But the main thing I think is decreasing my portion sizes because my eyes are too big for my belly and I just overeat. So last week, or at the start of the week, we did some meal preps for the week, which was good. So I pre-served up all my food when I wasn't starving, and I think that works for us. Yeah, we've done new foods in the past, and we get them here and there when we don't feel like cooking. So overall, that took us about 24 minutes and 21 seconds if you want to be specific. My pace was about 8:46 per kilometre and the total distance was 2.78 kilometres. So obviously the average paces in these first sessions of the program is going to be a lot longer because you're walking pretty much half the time. So it's not solely running. We are back. It is day 2 of week 1. We're here this afternoon for a run. It's the exact same intervals as last time. So it's 1 minute jog and a minute and a half walk. Repeat that 8 times, and obviously a 5-minute walk at the start and at the very end. So I was a little bit sore the afternoon after our last run. Beat that out. Yeah, I was a little bit sore after our last run, but not too bad. Sort of expected first run back, or first proper run back. So we're gonna smash it out. It's really muggy. It rained all of today, so it's got those gross, what are they, fireflies? I don't know, those fires that hang around. So got my sunnies for sure. Yeah, let's smash it out. I'm gonna record this time Strava using my phone because my watch unfortunately is on 10%, so I don't think it's gonna last. So we'll see how we go recording it on my phone and using the intervals app. For some reason this day was extra muggy. It's really hot right now. I even think that day Creed was definitely feeling the heat and Michael took the lead at one point. That was number 3, I think
it's more than that.
Oh, okay. I'll stop counting. I always lose count. Creed's loving it as usual. I'm getting to that point where it's that uncomfortable hurting in my chest. Yeah, that's what's going on, but it's bearable because it actually goes really fast, the minute jog. So yeah. All in all, I felt pretty good, and I think it's just a bonus when you run in the late afternoon because you get a pretty sunset, pretty view while you're low-key suffering. Just finished day 2 of week 1. We actually missed out on a bit of the run at the end, but I think we made up for it because Michael and I were thinking this feels like a really long walk, and I looked at my phone, and when I opened the interval app the ding went for you to run, but then it had already been 30 seconds already. So we just cut into our 5-minute walk a bit to make that up. And yeah, hopefully we get enough content running. It's kind of hard because we have Creed and then I have my phone for the intervals, because we're trying to look at getting a good interval app for my watch. And then also obviously Michael has the camera. Oh, Creed's just taking the don't, that's so mean. But yeah, so we both have our phones, and then we've got the keys and Creed, and it's a lot, but we're trying to get as much video footage as we go each run, without it getting boring, I guess. But yeah, hopefully it's good, but we'll see you on day 3. It is officially day 3 of week 1, which is fabulous because that means we've finished week 1 of the program, the most successful running week we've had since we returned from holidays. A bit annoyed because I just realised when I had a mozzie flying around my face that we forgot mosquito spray, which we said we were going to bring last time, but that's fine. We'll get eaten alive, but that's all good. Creed's just done a big poop. Same intervals as all the other days, about a 30-minute run, and we'll debrief after to see how it goes. So day 3 of week 1, it felt good to know that it was the last running session of week 1, especially since all the failed attempts I've had since coming back from my half marathon. This was probably the most consistent runs I've done since I've been back. So yes, it felt good to accomplish a week of the program, a week of running, week 1. Scratch that, Michael. Alright, so we're about halfway. Definitely more gas this time because we're going a bit faster. So I'm sort of getting a stitch. Well, I feel like that getting a stitch. But it's good. Almost done. It's super hot, super sweaty, but Creed's having fun. This is her favourite time of day. We're about to start running.
Oh, okay.
We're about to begin. Debrief after. I think this is our last run, actually. because then it's a 1.5 minute walk and then the 5 minute warm down walk. So this is the last run of week 1. Yeah. I was gonna say week 3, day 1. Lol, if only. Yeah, so that's done for the first week, which, gosh, she pees so much. Crazy girl. Yeah, I'm glad that's done. Keen to get into week 2, I guess. We're just try and hold myself accountable for the 3 out of 7 days I have to run after this first program's done. I reckon I'll definitely be back into the swing of things. Yeah, now it's a Friday and we can go home feeling good. We've had a good sweat. Cree's had a good exercise. We can go to bed feeling healthy. Now it's into the 5-minute walk. Also, this app is super laggy. Like, we have the same issue as I said the other day this morning, like earlier, before. And so I've just had to change my settings on my phone so that it doesn't close, because it just, I don't know why it's lagging all of a sudden. And we're gonna look at getting a better app, potentially, but it's not a big deal. But when we go into the bigger runs, yeah, anyway, I need to catch my breath. Felt good to know that I had finished the first week of the program, done 1 week of running, but also I knew as the time would go on and we get further into the program, it's not going to be as easy. I honestly think one of the biggest things for me and in general with running is you have to stay consistent, and it's not so much focusing on the distance or the pace you're doing at the time, but consistency over time will make you better at running. So our dog Creed is obviously super fit and we bring her on some runs, not all runs, because it's very hot up here at the moment, so it honestly depends on what time of day it is, how hot the ground is out there and how humid it is. Yeah, she is quite fit, but we're obviously mindful of that. But yes, week 1 is finished and I honestly feel good about it. It's definitely going to be a challenge, but it's just crazy to think that I ran such a long distance in the past, even if it was at a slower pace. Now remember, I should put my hair like this. Now remember, if you want to get into running or any other fitness to improve your overall health or just to achieve a goal that you've set out for yourself, do it to the best of your ability and enjoy the process. Life is crazy and sometimes we just can't put things on hold, so give it your all. That's what I'm doing. It's not perfect or structured. I'm just showing up and moving my body. If you haven't seen my other running videos, definitely go check them out, and don't forget to like to support me and subscribe if you want to keep up to date with my running journey.